Let's begin by looking at the luxury wedding photography market in more detail. There's a lot of interpretations of the term luxury, but this one by Vogue really resonated with me. Craftsmanship is luxury. A product is luxe when it's handmade, tailored for a few. Luxury meaning exclusiveness. I think we'll really see this come into play as we progress through the course. The wedding photography market is huge. Each year there are an incredible 2.2 million weddings in the US. Here in the UK we have far fewer in comparison, around 280,000 a year. Whilst our luxury market is therefore proportionately smaller, the UK does attract couples from all over the world. So what can you expect to earn as a high-end wedding photographer? As a luxury wedding photographer, you can expect to earn anywhere from £2,500 to £5,000 per wedding in the UK, and around $5,000 to $10,000 in the US market and beyond. If you can build up a name for yourself as an expert and a level of exclusivity to your business, there really is incredible potential. Let's put those numbers into context. Say you're currently charging £1,400 or around $2,000 as a wedding photographer. To earn yourself a gross income of $50,000 or just over $70,000, you'd need to photograph 36 weddings. However, increasing that to a price point of £2,500 or $3,500 per wedding, you'd only need to photograph 20 weddings to earn the same. Think of all that extra time that this would give you. I know which figure we prefer. You might be surprised to hear that attracting luxury clients isn't necessarily all about the portfolio you have. It's much more than that. There are things you can be doing to improve your business with the portfolio you already have. In the luxury market, you're selling more than images. You're selling an experience that only you can offer. You want your couples to want to have you and only you to capture their day. We're going to cover ways in which you can achieve this later on in the course. In the wedding photography market, there are three main spenders. The first being value-based. Now, they are someone who in most part is looking for a good deal. By that I mean they are interested in what they get in a photography package. They are most likely going to shop around and will be comparing your like-for-like offering against another photographer. For example, does the same price package include an album or an engagement photo shoot? With this in mind, they are potentially less interested in the style of photography being offered and see photography as more of a service. The difficulty being in the value-based space is that it is highly saturated and hard to stand out in. It's competitive and there will always be someone out there offering the same as you for less, which for the value-based spender has greater weight on their booking choice. In this space, you'll need to photograph volume of weddings in order to make a living, which is quite honestly a risky long-term strategy and will be harder to sustain if you want longevity in the industry. The mid-market. Here, style is important, and in this space, potential clients are basing their decision on more than just a package and like-for-like comparison, which we saw with the value-based spender. With that being said, they may consider stretching their budget for the right photographer. If you get it right, there's still good profit to be had in this space. However, it is still highly competitive. Where you might struggle is during uncertain economic times, as those in this space have greater tendencies to cut back on their spending. Which brings me on to the final main spender, the luxury shopper. Budget is not a concern here. If anything, they might have in mind a higher price and want to spend it. But don't be fooled into thinking they'll do this at the drop of a hat. They want to invest. And whilst they are more likely to associate a higher level of trust with a higher price, you do need to be able to demonstrate this. Whereas the mid-market may look to cut back in uncertain economic times, the luxury shopper is quite the opposite, and the trend seems only to see increased spending. By positioning your business within this space, where there is less competition and less noise for you to stand out in, there is the potential for greater long-term security for your business. Moving up the spending ladder isn't going to happen overnight. You're going to need to put the work in. But with the steps in this course, you can work towards moving your business in the right direction.